Hey everyone, let's continue on with the Winter Sports Park by Lego City. This is set number 60366. Contains 1,045 bricks. Retails for $119.99, and the set was provided to me by the Lego Group for review. And yes, I have to read all that off. And in the last installment, we did bags 1 through 4. 1 through 3 is in Manual 1, and 4 is in Manual 2. We're going to continue on with this, with bag 5 today, and I had forgot that I was going to split this down the middle. And I was going to do 5 bags in each installment. Well, the video was already approaching an hour and a half anyways. I was going to probably tack it on and never did, but, well, you know how things are. Life happens, right? And I had to do obligation stuff. Life happens. Yeah. So far, I'm pleased with the build. That's pretty good. Now let's begin with bag 5. Let me get something out of the bulk bin here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring the bulk bin up here first. Set that there. And of course, I'm hoping to have... I got so many sets in here, it's not even funny. I'm hoping to have everything done, hopefully, in this installment. This thing's like a triangle, so it should be getting easier as we go. And, yeah. And I'm pretty pleased with the build. It seems pretty good. I just got to, you know, get it going here and stuff like that. And I just started the boat trailer building guide. I just got done with the trailer, proofing the video portion of it, and then now I'm doing a write-up of that before I do the actual boat. Oh, and I almost forgot, we got to put an accessory on this guy. I swear, half the build just feels like I'm doing minifigures. But I just got done with that today. Now I'm going to try to finish up the whole video and get it prepared and be done with it. And then I have that idea backed up for a later mock. So he actually has a hairpiece on there. What is that, a spiky hairdo? We're going to keep the helmet on him because, yeah, there's a wig in here. Have to find it. So it's like curly hair with a taper. It's smooth on the sides. It looks like he just, yeah, I mean, it's hard to show it on here, but that's what it looks like on the back. Or it could just be a short crop too. And that goes with him. And of course you take this thing off and put that there. So I don't know what that's for. So we're going to hang on to that. Maybe it's attached to the snowboard. But I really want to get into this here. And I've been, like I said, I've been working on the boat. Trying to get that done. And I need to slow down on the filming on sets because actually I'm starting to overflow here with video content. I have so much. I have those other few sets that are coming in today, and thankfully they're under 300 pieces a piece, so those would be really quick. I could build those in one installment, film everything, and get it done in one day. So I like those because they're quick. It's not a theme that I'm particularly happy about, but, you know, I'll review them because they always got a good source for parts. So you can use those pieces for your builds if you find the set interesting. And that kind of thing. And stuff like this, I know Dan's doing terrain stuff. This really doesn't have a lot of parts for terrain, except for maybe these. That's about it. Sometimes you can't get everything you need here in a set, but I do need these door frames, so I can always use those. And from the last installment, though, I was very pleased with this set, and I think I did read up on it, and a friend told me that they did change Lego City set designers. That's probably why the quality on these are a bit more involved. And I always like to see new pieces being introduced and new methods. Because the old city sets, when I would see them in the store, they were just kind of bland. It's like, looks like it's full of fluff and puff. Looks like these here are probably an exception to that, because they are not. Okay. And we needed a door frame and a door. I think one of these doors had a nasty scratch. Well, it wasn't this one here. Well, that doesn't want to go in, huh? I'm not a fan of the blue doors. They look good for shower doors, but never something like this. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping cool here. It's been getting hot. Well, no, today was an exception. For some reason, we're in the 70s today. It was supposed to be like in the high 80s, but it was, I think it was just something, and just so happens that the gardener has to come in. Had everything opened up, had to close everything up because I didn't want all that dust in the house. And boy, my asthma would really have fun. That and my allergies, I'd be having a fun day dealing with that. And yeah, so the order that I'm doing these sets in is not necessarily how I'm going to release them, because like right now I can't tell you what I'm releasing because some of these sets haven't been posted yet. Lego is supposed to send me some stuff later on today, and these sets are actually supposed to be released today, like in terms of review. And I figure if they're late, they're late. I don't have time to wait around, so that's on them. When I get them here and I get time, I'll do them. Those are the ones that are under 300 pieces, but I thought, we're not playing that game. You got to send this stuff to me in a timely manner. I work. I don't have time to deal with this stuff and wait around for, well, I got to wait around for 2 Lego sets to come in, or 3, or whatever it is, you know. Well, we're afraid there's going to be a leak, so if you don't trust, here's the deal, if you don't trust the people you're working with, why do you even have a business to begin with, you know? You should trust everybody. When somebody violates that trust, then you have to get kind of weary. Not everybody's going to be untrustworthy. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. But that's how they do things. I wonder what's with the transparent black tiles right in this area that I never can find. Oh, there it is. That's right, we have that funky thing that we built in the last installment. This is almost a clone of what we did last time. And yeah. Today was supposed to be the day to get the haircut. But I figured I'm going to go ahead and wrap up everything now on the terms of building sets. And get them out of the way so we can proceed on doing fun things, because I really want to get into having some fun. And well, I got to get the boat thing done. I tell you, I don't like editing and proofing and writing up manuals, but it's nice to have that manual, a copy of my builds. in my inventory. I did have a comment though, why don't I just give them away for free? I'm sorry, I have to pay bills. And two, those were never meant to be given away to viewers, so that's why. My building guides are just meant for my own reference. So, okay, well, how much is this manual? And he goes, is it going to be around $5? I looked at the bill. I said, dude, that's like $1 bill. I said, probably $2 at the very most, but I don't know. I haven't started it yet. Oh, that's not bad at all. I was expecting $5 a bill. I'm like, no, I try to keep it really cheap. Yeah, because I use this stuff for my own personal use too. And it's like, okay, well, let me know when they're done and I'll send a few bucks and purchase those. I'm like, okay, you know. I'm like, I'm backed up right now. I'll try my best, but he goes, oh, I'm no big hurry. I just don't want to have to watch a whole video and try to hunt around for the parts. I'm like, yeah. A lot of people don't get those videos are just my rough drafts, you know. But this guy thought that these building guides are going to be very heavily expensive. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to make rich off of this stuff. It's just a backup here. It's just like Lego, you know. Why don't I keep these creations? Because I have all the parts in my library, and there's no need to do that. You know, I got all the parts here. I can just get the building guide and pull the parts out of my collection and rebuild the set. You know, just like my mocks. And I've had some fans that get pretty angry with me about, well, how dare you rip that apart? Well, you don't realize I back those up. And then that's how I do it. And like, oh, wait a minute, you can build those later? I'm like, yeah, everything's backed up. What you see on there on my YouTube channel is backed up. Oh, I thought you ripped them apart and never see them again. I'm like, oh no, the old stuff I did. But the newer stuff, no, that's all backed up. You know, I said, now I back everything up. I said, I don't rip anything apart until that point. And yes, that is printed, folks, right there. That tile is printed. That'd be good for like a menu board right there. Lego, you know, I've been saying this. We do get some dark brown 1x1 tiles and regular reddish brown. But Lego, I've been saying this. I like this stuff printed. Keep doing it because I don't mind paying extra for these. I don't have to do my own graphics. And I'd rather use your parts anyways because they're widely available versus someone having to purchase a sticker sheet from me. But yeah, the manuals though are a big help, and you know, well, why don't you give them away for free? You know, because originally those were never supposed to be given away at all. They were never meant to be public or published for that matter. They were just meant for my own reference. So I know really the building guides were really meant just to preserve the idea and to know what parts I have used in my collection. So later on, if I ever built a city, I could just pull all those up and know exactly what pieces I have, compare them with the ones in my database and know exactly what pieces I need to get so I could build everything I need. It's like building the campground. I can tell you, like, if I'm planning out the campground now for the 2024 edition or 2025, I could tell you exactly what pieces I need for that. You know, I mean, I would be able to do that. Okay. I would be able to do that. That's why I do that, you know. We got a carton of milk here. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here printed, but like that. That's printed. We got a thing of milk here. We got a hollow stud here. Good luck getting that in there. And there's a plant piece. I'm just going to jump a step ahead and just finger that in there. There we go. We got a little plant there. And we got a printed chocolate bar. We've seen these before. There we go. Put that right in there. And we got the milk carton there. And then, yeah, I think after this one here, it goes on top of that other piece. But so far, it's pretty much modular. You can have others build with you. Uh-oh. I was looking at something here, and it's like, that doesn't make sense. That's supposed to go in there. Whoops. Yeah, I'll tell you, being under this LED light, it gets hot. I've been seeing a lot of these corner tiles being used for like stuff like that, and I thought these would be kind of a useless part. I'm starting to use them in my builds. Like, would I use those ugly things? Well, guess what? I am using those ugly things in my builds. And it shows this thing just leaning up against that. We're not, I don't think we're done yet. Oh, there it is. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of these guys don't get. Eventually, I'm going to ditch the video tutorials. I mean, I'm still going to make them, but they're not going to be something I'm going to focus on much anymore. If the views don't go up on them, I won't. If they're still popular, that's it. And that's what we have remaining in there for bag 5, and that's not too bad at all. That was pretty quick. All right, we're going to move on to bag 6, and I think 6 might have been a clone of the ski slope. And I think that's what it is. So this sits off to the side here. And yeah. It depends on how fast this bag goes here, or this session goes. So far we're at 18 something minutes. And yeah, I may, I should have split this thing down into manuals. I may start doing that more and more now. Splitting off each build session into manuals. But what if it's a big manual, Jay? Then that'd be a different story. I'll think on it, but I just gotta plan ahead here. But anyways, about the building guides, it's just, it's kind of cool to preserve all that work. If you look on my YouTube banner, you'll see that on my main channel, though, I got to do something on this channel here. I need to, if you look on my main channel, you'll see the banner on there. And that's the campground, what it's supposed to look like, all completed. You know, if I had the other piece with it, it's pretty large. And you can see that road that goes up this way. Yeah, I got to think of some stuff to put back there too. It's supposed to be a nice large campground, probably with 100 or so campsites. And a couple of bathrooms. But I'm still debating on the other part that you see in the front. I may be putting a lake or something in there. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But that will probably be done virtually. I'm not going to go and do the whole build on it. But it will be an idea. It would be digital, but it will be preserved. You know. Yeah, you got to make sure you hold on. The best way to do this is just to wiggle it in. Don't try to push straight down because you may mess, like there's a little bit of a gap there. And there we go. And no, that's not very comfortable on the hands. And then, but yeah, I'm hoping to have that boat guide written up by the end of this week. It won't be, that's not going to be released until July, obviously, but I like to get things done for early for Patreon, and this one here is pretty easy. I'm just going to skip the steps here so I can just build it all at once. And I'm just trying to get as many things done as I can because the tutorials are killing me, or not the tutorials. Tutorials take a lot of time, but these are time consumers here. I can't build a tutorial while I got these going on. I have way too much stuff in here right now. I'm like, literally everything's covered with Lego sets that are assembled. I haven't did the proof on them yet. So I can't just remove them out of here until I'm done. And I don't remove things out of here until after they're published on YouTube. So I'm trying to get them done as swiftly as possible. And I forgot that piece there, but it's not a big critical thing there. But I'm trying to get everything done lickety-split. So I can just kind of focus more on that. Right now the computer's crunching numbers for me, so I don't have to get up and worry about work-related stuff. But the phone is still on, and that's what's sitting right by me right now for recording. So if I see something come up, usually that's when I have to bail. Okay. I was wondering how that went in there. All right. And then, okay. Let's start at this end here. Yeah, you get some very large. Boy, I got a lot of grease on my hands. I just washed them too. Nothing bad about black parts. They show a lot of fingerprints. Yeah, I should have done these in manual. I should have broke this down into manual form, but never did. Shame on me, I guess, huh? And then these go here. I've already built the other one, so it's just, you just get it started and you can literally go through it. I don't know where this last one goes. Hope I'm not forgetting a part somewhere. Well, it doesn't look like I am. Maybe it goes on last or something. Or it could have rolled from another bag too. I'm making sure. No, I didn't forget anything here. And yeah, oh, you know what it's supposed to go? Up here, like this. That's where that's supposed to go. Okay. We'd catch it eventually. And just like with the other one, this one goes in here. And show it so you could see it. I'm just going to position it dry. I'm not going to commit to it. Okay, and I'm just going to snap in place. Make sure it's locked in all the little holders. You'll hear it when it snaps down in there. I wonder if I ever got that one in there all the way. There we go. That's why. I was like, man, this crack is closer than the last one. But this is pretty close. So this is pretty rigid here. And it goes to manual 3. And as you can tell, though, we don't have any more spare pieces, but this one goes up here. Yeah, we're going to be making a mess here today. So it goes up here. And despite this all being modular, it's pretty cool. I understand where Lego's coming with this. But this right here, this is kind of ugly with all these little gaps and stuff in here. But I'm sure the back side here is locked down all the way. And this is all meant to be torn apart and reconfigured. But not too bad. Alright, now we're going to focus on manual 3. And looks like we just jumped right on in and we got bag 7 to work on. Yeah, I think what I'll do is, I don't know, I'm kind of torn on this one here. Depends on how long this one is, but we're under 30 minutes right now. So I may just go ahead and blast through this whole set in this installment. And that means I can review it later on and have it done. Okay. And yeah, let's get it going here. And this manual, they got 3 different size of manuals in here. It's could be pretty cluttered here. Then why don't we stick these in here when we had the chance? That doesn't make any sense. We could have saved a whole step. Alright, well, and I looked for a digital copy of this. They don't have it yet. I don't know how Lego's going to do that with this whole review program thing, and they don't even provide us with a digital guide or an access code or something like that. Because if Lego says, here's the set, you know, you'll have to wait for the building guide to be published on the day the set's released. Well, I'm not waiting around. You'll just get the review when I get it done. If I had the tablet, though, like I said, I could just port it on the screen if I had I have a touch monitor, a touch screen monitor. I could put one right over here off screen. Or, I don't know if it'd be violating their copyright, but the manuals are posted for free anyways. I'll have to contact somebody about it at Lego. And then just have the manual showed up in the corner of the screen, and you'll know what page I'm on. Then I can say here in the manual, and just have like an arrow or a little, like one of those little fingers that come out from outer space. Then I can say, like, you see right here, and you'll be able to see the manual in the corner, and it'll be a lot better than this. That requires a lot of syncing up, though. And that's only if this channel probably has 1 million subs, I'll even go that far. Because I'm not going to, invest that kind of time into editing a video. Because that's a lot of time to edit. Put that in there. Syncing that stuff up is, I'd have to use, like, let's say I'm doing it on my iPad, I'd have to record the screen. It'd be faster that way. But then again, it'd be easier using the static images. And I could do it here with this. But like I said, unless these videos get lots of views, I ain't going to waste my time with it. That's a lot of edit. I did one time years ago like that, and people liked it. But that video sure died off after that, and I thought, well, I'm not wasting my time again. My time is precious right now, and I'm not going to waste doing that. You know, it'd be a big help for some out there, but like I said, if this channel had 1 million subs, I'd probably go hardcore into it. Now you notice I keep doing this because the manual is just big. I don't have a lectern or anything like that to set it on. I mean, I have one for the tablet, but I'm using that for the cell phone right now to record the audio because some did not like the scratchy audio on the mic, so it's just more inconvenience. And editing audio files separate from video files, they do have their strengths and weaknesses. It means if I say something wrong or pronounce something wrong, I can go back in and edit that part out without contaminating the video. Like if I make a mistake, I can just do a voiceover and you would never know it. Something's going this way here. We got a door frame. Lots of door frames in this set that don't have doors or glass or anything. This is probably like a really drafty little thing here. I think I know what Lego's going after. I mean, why would you have a really steep climb like that to get into that, huh? And we're going to have to put a sticker on something here in a bit. But I'm kind of honestly getting tired of building sets. When you're doing a set every day and it's just back to back, it's like doing tutorials, right? After a while I get tired of doing building tutorials. So I slow down. But I get to the point that I'm doing nothing but, like, let's say I'm doing tutorials, but they're different types. It's not too bad. If I were doing nothing but camper tutorials, it would get boring. It must be the elevator in here. That's what it is. You got to put a sticker on that. Sticker number 2. Or it could be some stairs too, but it shows up and down. All right. You get a lot of bricks, and you get lots of bricks, guys and gals. Lots of bricks in these sets. Good building bricks. Matter of fact, I think right now, or it's at 2 o'clock, I'm releasing the set for the, I don't remember which one it is. Missing a window frame here. They show that the sticker goes on, but I'm putting the sticker on next here. The largest Lego City set ever made. And you got to put a sticker in the corner of that glass. I don't use blue that much, but still. I'm not sure what the one is for here. Oh, I bet it goes on the back of that over there. I thought those were 3 separate pieces. And I read your comment, Dan. You said you weren't interested in that set. And if you're into what, I know what you're building, so something like this would be of pretty little use in terms of parts. I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot of terrain parts in this set. Minecraft is good for terrain. Okay, something like this has got building bricks, good for buildings, for city stuff. You know, so I could use parts out of these. Just like if somebody builds a city set, would Minecraft sets be of use to them? Maybe. You need that. I think that takes care of the bulk bin. Now we got the brick separator. Let's pull that out. And it just depends on your style build. If you're into building just cars, then stuff like this is of very little use. But if you're into building cars, get brick heads. Why? Because they got plenty of those snot bricks. Lots of them. Lots of tiles, lots of pieces for cars. And we have a round plate here. I can find it. That goes there. Yeah, this power cord, I would have to put a staple in my wall to get it out of the way. And I like to revert this back to a guest room. And there's only one outlet on this wall. In order to put a light switch in there on both sides and then run it in the wall, I'd have to take out the drywall, which I kind of wish now I would have done that in my master bedroom. I kind of wish now I would have done that with mine in there, you know. I have bedside lamps, but kind of wish now I would have you can have an outlet in the wall, and you can actually take the outlet. There's a little tab on the side you can break for the positive terminal and make one outlet switch and the other one always on. And I kind of wish I would have done that so I can plug in like a switched lamp in one, and then the other thing would just stay on, so I could turn on and off my lamps with a switch on the wall versus the little thing you have to reach over. It's easy to flip a light switch on, but I never did. And in order to do that, I'd have to rip out part of the drywall to do something like that. And ever get me another place, though, that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm ever going to sell this place or not, but I was like, that's the best thing to do, is just to be able just to flip a switch on, you know. There'd be one on both sides of the bed. But if you want to turn on both switches, that would be the issue, because I'd have to wire three-way switches to flip on. I mean, each side of the bed would have to have two switches. And that's something I really, would get kind of messy. What if I'm on one side of the bed, I want to turn on both lights real quick, I'd have to reach over or have to get up. But all the same, if you buy a set of lamps, you're going to have to do things with that too. Like in my hall, I have a plug on my little counter, and finally got a lamp in there. So now I can just plug a lamp in and set it on the counter. It makes a nice little night light. You can just put like a 20-watt bulb in there, and it just softly glows the hallway. So Even after all these years, I'm still adding electrical, but I went a little crazy on the electric panel in this place. I think it's like I think mine's just a 250 amps or so. I don't remember, but it's just easier to add improvements as you go. So, like I could put a microwave in my hallway if I wanted to. I'm thinking about putting a clock radio in the hallway. So when it goes off, when I have to get ready for work, I can just get up and then I have to get up and turn off the clock, which means I'm already up. I may as well just stay up and then do that. When I was a teenager, that's what I did. I used to have the clock radio on the dresser. I never had it by the bed. I had it by the dresser, and then when the alarm goes off to get ready for school, I had to get up and actually turn the thing off. Turn it off manually. I couldn't lay in bed. And my parents didn't do that. I did that, and it actually worked. I wonder what this is for here. All of a sudden we got a rock piece here. Oh, wait a minute. This might be the rock climbing wall. Ooh, excuse me. But that's what I did, and it worked. Oh, okay. I was like, what are we doing there? And kind of really flaky in this area here. Actually, these rock pieces would be good for terrain. Yeah, I haven't heard the gardeners since. But if you have a hard time getting out of bed, that's how you should do it. Just set an alarm clock where you have to get up and turn it off. And by that time, you're going to have to get up. You're already up. You may as well just go ahead and get ready. Get some breakfast and stuff. But I got to thinking about retirement. What am I going to do? It's still a long ways away, but I don't know. Probably still work. But it'll be an option. Or go travel or something. But that's a long ways away from me. Okay, I'm missing... Oh, there it is. Yeah, so far, this set here has been keeping my interest. I kind of want to see where we're going with this. And we got some rebar liquish there, so it looks like we're getting ready to build something. And it goes in there. So, put it like that so you can see what I'm doing there. I've still got stickers. What, 4 more left? That's not too bad. And be careful with these. These things are mighty sharp. And set that in there. I have a feeling this thing's not going to be as modular as you think. I think this is an elevator. I know how some of the older school Lego builders do not like all the modern parts. I'm an old school Lego builder, but I like the new stuff. Because here's the deal. If I don't like the new parts that Lego's using, I just don't have to use them. I can go back to the old AFOL colors and be done with it, you know. I remember seeing that on there. Oh, I don't like these new pieces. It's not really Lego building. I'm like... How's it not Lego building? You can just get a little bit more advanced and intricate in the builds, you know. And like stuff like this. These angler plates, these didn't even exist 30, 40 years ago. Like this, I would have dreamed of having parts like this when I was a kid. I mean, we had bricks and plates, doors and windows and slopes, but I think the only snot bricks that I had when I was a kid were the headlight bricks. And the jumper plates, I think, were probably about the last thing. And that was it. And that's all we had. I think this is some sort of lift. I think to take the skiers up to the top of the ski slope. Okay. Okay, one of these little slime balls. I thought that's for the snot for the kids, but no. That's how it is there. You'd think it'd be putting one on the other side, but I think one side has to face the wall. Yeah, depends on how long this section here takes, though. I may break it into another part here to keep it down a little bit in terms of editing. Wait a minute, there's supposed to be a frame that goes there. Kind of working a little too fast here for myself. And oh, and by the way, you should see when I do tutorials, when I'm building the prototypes, I do a lot of taking things apart to make it work. Yeah, I got one of these. And this is the piece that accompanies right here, that you use for that little piece that's in there. And then they have a keypad here, and did I put the keypad the right way? No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't think it's critical, but it looked kind of funny. I think this is probably the controls for the elevator. And it goes like this. I kind of want to know how they're going to do this here. And don't forget the ones on the other side too. I almost forgot those. Making sure I had my frame in there. If you're also not sure, just look at the quantity of parts. This book should have had some highlights around the new pieces, would have been really helpful. And they have a tile here, so this must go up and down against something. And we do this side here. Whoa! But yeah, it's starting to get hot in here. I think it's this LED light. I touch it; it's just barely warm, but it's the wavelengths of the light that just heat everything up. But it's hard to build Lego in the dark. It would not be possible to do that. All right, and we stick these on top. Wonder why. So you can fall down the chute. I don't know, I have a bunch of these left. So this must go somewhere. Let me take a look here, backtrack. You put those in there. If you're not sure, just check the manual. I put that back there. Okay, I forgot to put these here. Okay, so if you're not sure, here's the thing, just don't dump all your parts out. And that is what we have remaining for bag, I don't even know what bag we're on. Let's look here, bag 7. And this is supposed to fit in here. So it's like, this is supposed to be like a little track area here. It looks like you're going to have to do some wiggling, jiggling, and just set that in there. So I think this is some kind of a lift. But I think you're going to have to turn this to get that go up. But that's a lot of tension in there. I mean, I think this is some kind of thing, but some kind of little lift, which is pretty cool. That's something you'd see like in a factory or something, you know. That'd make a good little lift for a factory, but not in there. I was debating on stopping here, but I think what I'm going to do is just continue on with bag 8. And I'm just going to blast it out now. The reason being is so I can film it tonight. But I don't think we're quite done with this piece here yet. Actually, no, we're not. We're diving right on into it. So it's bags 7 and 8 are part of the build. So this is not, I thought every bag was broken down into modular. 8 is a continuation of 7. In the video, you won't know that, but when I do the tours, but I'll have to mention it's almost there, but I think this is just meant to be a bigger piece. So I'm going to try to go through it a little quicker through the build here without degrading the quality of it. You know what I could do is set the manual off to the side here. I was thinking, well, how are they going to do this with the elevator? But I think that's what they're doing here, is doing it this way. And then a couple of 1x4s here. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here yet. 2x8 here. This is going to be tall, so you're going to experience a lot of wiggling and jiggling of the camera here throughout probably the build. I'm surprised they don't make these 6 studs tall with the newer windows. Remember, they used to have the 1x4x5 windows, and now they don't. They have the 1x4x6 frames. You think Lego would honestly upgrade these and these to fit those. It's probably the only thing I could see that those are useful for is putting in between windows, like making skyscrapers. Then you don't have to spend a whole lot of time piecing things together. I hope that phone is not for me. Matter of fact, is even mine on mute? Oh. Somebody keeps calling the, well, I don't know what I hit here on the recorder. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here with it. It's got it on some funky thing. It's still recording audio. And hold on, they keep calling my house. Alright, I'm getting fed up with these stupid telemarketers. I said, you know what, I'm at work right now, so F off. I just like, seriously. If I'm interested in that service, I'll contact you. Don't keep pestering me. And I blocked their number. Should have kind of figured because it wasn't on the cell phone. The only time I'm supposed to ever have, like an employee ever call the house is when there's an absolute emergency. And I even let that be known, unless it's dying, I will not answer that phone. And that's a rant right there, is landlines. Boy, the salesmen sure love those. Because on a cell phone, you can just change your number and you're done. Oh, this doesn't go. Yeah, this does go here. We have 1x4x6 frames and we have the 2x4x6 frames. You think they would just use the other ones with it. But I think this is a pass-through for that. And all right, we need to get a sticker number 2, which is 4. Yeah, just like F off. I'm at work right now. Why are you calling my house? A lot of people think I don't cuss in the Lego community. Boy, this sticker's really wrinkled. That's how I got it. Oh, Jay, you cuss? Like, yeah, I do. I don't play games like that, you know. I had one guy says he wouldn't watch me more because he heard me say the S word. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm an adult. I can do that. I'm not cussing anybody out. I'm not saying anything that's going to insult someone. So I don't see the problem with this. Why sometimes I'll cuss in these by accident. Like it just, something makes me mad, I'll say something, but I'm not going to purposely go out of my way to insert filler words. There was a guy that I watched on YouTube years ago. He did that. It was a Lego guy. And he would just cuss up a storm in his videos. He goes, oh, I just do it for fillers. Oh, I don't mean to offend you. I'm like, no, I just think it's kind of comical. And I'm struggling with the stickers on this glass. Well, that's as close as I'm going to get. It's ready to get dinged down a whole point because I'm fighting with stickers. And they show you to stick the sticker in there, but it'd be kind of hard with the lips, so I just kind of leave it out. All right. Yeah, but I'm getting fed up with these telemarketers calling all the time, and you know, Jay, they're trying to make a living too. Yes, so am I, but please don't bother me. You know, like right now I'm keeping an eye on the computer and my thing it's found a few bugs I had to fix, and so it's checking it again. And got to get it done. All right. And now I can put this up here. There's enough space to do so. And I'll see if I can dig up some of that stuff for the lights. I know where it's at. I need to get myself, I think I need to find me a cord. I have some old lamp cords, they would work. It doesn't have to be something grounded or anything. It's not like I'm running it out something in a wet location. Not the best thing is to ground it, but your lamp in your house isn't grounded. But I'm trying to figure out how to attach it to the tripod. I want to attach it to one of these legs. I got to find a couple of U-bolts. But I have to fabricate my own hardware, which, you know, I can 3D print something, but that won't last too long, and I don't want to use plastic. We still recording? Good. I wonder what the play button's for. Boy, if one fails, I got the camcorder's microphone. So, I know that's scratchy, but we may have to if worse comes to worse. I think the holes are meant for somebody to crawl through. I don't know. And then we got that done. Not done yet. You think we're done? We're not done, but we're getting close. It's getting there. These are big pieces, so you shouldn't be able to stress through this one here. It's all big clunky parts. I think there's something that goes in here. And then we finish up the top here and lock it all together. And then I have a feeling I'm going to get a few comments on I helped them. I saved them on the build. I saved their sanity on this. But this is pretty straightforward. Well, for me anyways. And let's do the little slope in between there first. It's almost the same as the first story in a way. And then we got to add more rebar. Rebar, Jay. Yeah, it looks like rebar. And then we're going to set that right down in here. Might be able to turn this and see here. See, there's the elevator. It's supposed to be like that. That's pretty darn close to... Hoping you'd see though, and I think that's it. That's it for bag 8. Okay, we're going to proceed on with bag 9, and it just jumps right on in. So, bag 7, 8, 9 are the continuation here. So, bag 9 is pretty much what it is, and it's more big stuff. So, I think this is mostly just like the ski lift that takes you up to the top here. And I have a feeling we're going to need to raise up the camera a bit. One of my older tripods that I had something to do with that. Now this one's all mechanical though, but I've been looking at getting a powered tripod, and they're real expensive, but then I can just press a button and it will raise up the camera and all that stuff. And you get one set up for a universal remote. I can zoom and have all the features without even touching the camera. The 4K camera does all that, but not this camera here. Yeah, this is almost the same as the last level, but I notice we don't have a lot of parts in this one. Maybe we do to finish the rest of this up. I see a door frame, so we're going to be doing the 3rd level here. And we got ourselves a little cupboard. Maybe it's the play peekaboo with the climbers, but it's on the other side. In fact, I'm after getting these like type of doors Whoops, that doesn't go in that way. These little type of cupboard doors. They make great upper cabinets for houses, but there's not a lot of colors for these doors. And why would you have that there for? Is that supposed to be like the surface area? And they put that in now, which is kind of odd. Usually put the windows in later. I thought I just got my finger cut on stuff. I think I've only been cut a few times by Lego because these corners are pretty sharp for being a kid's toy. It won't be for long before somebody gets injured on a Lego brick and then Lego's like, oh, we can't make these pieces anymore. Of course, I know the risk, you know, I mean. Okay, so that is just some kind of little area, because other than the cupboard here, it's kind of impractical. It's only 3 bricks tall. You really can't get a finger in there, but that's about it. And then, oh, I've got to put something in here. There's actually an owl figure that sits in here. Right there. Poor owl. He's in this unfinished build. I don't know. I got a barn owl that's out in my area, and that thing just hoots away all the time. I think this is the way to get out for the ski lift. There we go. And then so I think this goes on like this with the other piece. The elevator comes up here, so you go in this way and you go out that way, like that. Okay, now I see what they're doing here. Let's try doing it Lego's way. I'm putting that on there. Some of this glass is so scratched up. I don't mind if I leave the stickers on it. Plus, I don't, like I said, I don't use blue that much. Blue is just, yeah, I couldn't even get that on there, and it got a gap on that side. Stickers are not too bad. It's just some of these are kind of crap to put on, so they're not going to be straight by any means. I think Lego really needs to consider, like this one here, you can see there's a scratch, right? I mean, it's deep. Yeah, I'm dinging it down to a 9 just because of stickers and the scratched parts. I'm not gonna, you know, one of my buddies like, man, you're really hard on reviews. I'm like, I'm sorry, you want me to lie to you and tell us the best thing? I heavily grade on build experience, but if you're buying a new set and it's coming in this kind of condition, you may as well just go down to your local rummage sales and just buy a used box of Lego. Then you know it's going to be scratched, and at that point, who cares, you know? All right. Yes, I know I sound a little picky, but ooh. I got a meal that I want to cook today. I got some ground beef I'd like to cook up. Let's see what everybody else is doing. Yeah, the days of being single are pretty much over. Living alone. I think there's supposed to be something that goes right here. Oh, there's another one that goes up here. Okay. And oh, well, that's really wiggly. I could just see something breaking off on that. And then there's a 1x1 here. I do this too. I'll put an arrow in the book showing that goes there. They have one right here. I've done that a few times. And how do you do that? You just make that into a sub-step or a call-out. You know, why? Or you just have an arrow lifting up and then show the part being dropped in. I'm learning more and more on how to write up more manuals efficiently and stuff like that. It's a lot of work to write up a building guide. That's why I said I don't give those away, because they're hard. They're not easy to do. All right. And we're just about done here. But I think once I get a light coming this way, it'll be a lot better. And then we got the abundance amount of rebar. So we'll put the rebar in here. So you put it together, it's seamless. Like, it's literally seamless. That's why these corners are so sharp. When I part these sets out, I keep these separate. I put them in my Technic stuff. And that's it. We just got to install this in here. And let's see here. See if you can see it too. So just have to stick that in there and just kind of rotate it and set that in there. And there you go. We'll just turn there's supposed to be probably a knob or something that goes on the top there. But there's your elevator right there. And that's it for bag 9. Not too bad. Okay, and bag 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10 work on this. How I know that? Because 10 just jumps right on into the build. Okay, no more butter containers. Oh, we have a guy in our group that spent a lot of money on sorting trays. And I'm like, dude, why don't you use butter containers? Oh, I don't like those. I need something professional. Well, has anybody in this channel ever known me to be professional? I don't need to. And two, I want to spend that money on parts. You know, I don't want to spend them on sorting trays. I just can't get into the whole professionalism stuff. This is a hobby. We'll save the professional stuff for the building guides. All right, I'm missing a 1x1 brick, so it's got to be in here somewhere. And well, I hate to think I'm missing a part here at the very end. Well, what do? Let's start pulling out all the white pieces first, because I can't find it. I mean, there's a lot of white in here. White on a white countertop is kind of a turd, but matter of fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do, there's just so many things rolling around. Let me grab an empty container here. Just so happens I have to grab 10 again. Throw all the white ones in here. Well, something came apart. Well, have to find out where that goes. Falls off that easy, it must not have been important. Yeah, so I'm already on step 356 and I already can't find a part. So I'm looking for a 1x1 brick. Okay, now I found it. If you're in doubt, just start pulling out the parts by color. Okay, now we're going to continue back on right here. But now we know that's an elevator, it works. I think they would have had a little hazard thing there, tell you not to get close. So I tell you right now, the ski jump comes from right here. Because we got this here. And even got this. I like these. These are pretty cool. If they'd make these squared like this that go up here, these would be perfect for trucks. These bigger pieces. Will Lego make those? No, because they know I'll need them, huh? Because honestly, or maybe make smaller ones that match these, because it's kind of silly using that one. Let me get that pink thing out of there. Or does it really matter? I need a 1x4. I see it just keeps moving around here. As you can see, on your angle, you could probably see it a bit better, but I mean, it doesn't look too nice. Like, this is something you'd see like on a modern skyscraper, let alone this. And it went. Okay, rotate it around. Oh, we're working way down here at the bottom. Well, I'm going to slide it over here. We're down here at the bottom now. We're working down. Whoa. This thing's getting tall. Like I said, I don't really work on the tall stuff. I've been used to working on smaller builds. Alright, pull more of those out, there it is, and then this goes here. You think they would have shoved that down there when we were doing that at the beginning. And then I don't know sometimes with Lego and how they build things, because now we're back here at the top again. It's like, oh, we forgot to put this in there. I mean, even when I do my building guides, I proofread everything. It gets proofread. There's no way I would ever do something like that unless it's like I have to do it in some kind of an order. But if I get confused, I know somebody else will too. Okay, well, I can't find that nougat 2x2 plate. Something's just worth grabbing out of my own bin, but I may have to at this point because I don't see it in here. One of those sets, the big set, I think I was missing one part out of the whole thing because I'm missing this here. And that's the bad thing about sometimes building this stuff. Oh, I don't see it. Let me go get a 2x2 plate, or maybe it was this and this was just stuck on there. Let's just pop that off then. Yeah, Lego builds a lot of this stuff up to make it look bigger than it is. And you look at my campgrounds and stuff, I'm impressed with horizontal layout. It's easy to do landscape versus portrait filming because you get all this white space on the sides. And I don't like doing these type of things. We're pretty much done here. I'm sure there's a knob that you connect to this to turn this thing. That's a lot of angular plates to put in there, huh? Okay, but we're almost done here. We're almost done. Not that I don't enjoy the build, I just got a bunch of sets to do, and I think Lego kind of failed here in terms of, you know, you should give us more time because I want to enjoy the stuff, not rush through it. So this is some kind of rock climbing wall here. We got the thing for the rope. Okay. And all right. So let's find a 1x6 plate. I see it, I just I can't grab it. And it looks like we're gonna finish this off here. All right. Now we're going to build, I think this might be the thing to control the elevator too. You don't even know really. Just be careful. I need to put a bushing on that first. And one of these. Kind of stiff. I got to make sure it's a little loose. I always like to have a little play in my Technic stuff. And it looks like that, but then they want me to rotate it like this with the green thing down and stick it like that. Okay, and this goes in here on the top, right in that little rebar piece, that little twisty thing. This is probably going to be the knob to control the elevator here. And then, hold on, I forgot something here. I'm building part of this, and we got to build ourselves a beam that goes right here, and then this goes here. I hope that's going to be strong enough for that. It just seems, I think they would have just used some 1x8s unless they're going to do something else there. Okay, they're using these. You just need 4 of those. Well, there's only one. That means the other ones must be in here. And they can take it, these other pieces that we have are going to be on the top finishing this up and stuff. We're close. I may just go ahead and do the review right after this. I'll do the rough review, but I kind of want to do the final stuff and get it out of the way just to kind of, I don't know. Or I may just take a breather and just do the review later on tonight, instead of just so I can let my mind clear up a little bit. I mean, I have my notes, so hey, my memory's still sharp, so I can do that. And then they use these here on the top. Don't climb. I thought these would line up with this. No, they don't. Right at the top of your screen right now. I may just raise this up a bit more. And then this last one here. Oh, wow, look how bad the molding is on that piece. Is it like that on that side? No, but this one's kind of, looks like somebody cut that with a jigsaw. Man, that's kind of inconsistent there. Lego, what are you doing? Let me pop that out and flip it around there. Now it matches all on one side, and this side's got most of the messed up pieces. This is the only one that's perfect. Yeah. I mean, of course, I don't expect it to be perfect, but still. And then we come in here. And we do these like this. I need to find another one of those Technic pins with the stud on there. And yeah, I don't know what happened to one of those. It's a little, oh, there it is. Okay. And then they use a tire to control the elevator. I guess to give you more grip. So now, here's the elevator here. It's got a nice firm action to it too. So now I can drop it all the way down to the bottom here. At least this is not digging into your hands like a gear or a cog that Lego used to use. The tire works very well. Let's just pour the white ones out now. There's not a whole lot left here. And yeah, reviewing this is not going to be easy, but in terms of, I'm going to have to do a bunch of, usually like for something like this, I got to clean the turntable off anyways, but I will clean the turntable off and stick this on there, do all that, and then we'll do the minifigures last. These are not named, so I could just say, okay, let's do the minifigures and be done with it. So we got this stuff hanging off here. Okay, it's all about the details, the clutter item. We gotta clutter it up, guys. And clutter is a good thing in Lego. You gotta clutter it. Makes you want to go skiing, huh? No, my bunch skis. I have a buddy that sometimes snowboards, and he hasn't done it recently. I would tag along with him. Just he always wanted somebody to go snowboarding with. I'm like, okay, I'm a noob, and he always enjoys it though. I mean, I could do my own, but he's pretty good at what he does. I'm just kind of like, I'll stay in the little kiddie section. I don't feel like breaking bones today. I mean, I've fallen down, so here's the deal. It's like surfing or anything else. You're going to need a lot of practice. You're not going to be able to go out there and do it right the first time. So you just practice. You know, you get some of these guys out there, oh, I expect to get good at it the first time around. I'm like, oh, no, 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 it's not going to happen. You are going to have to, you're going to have to practice. Well, practicing sucks. I'm like, yeah, but you got to do it. If you're not, you're never going to get good at it. Or some will just throw in the towel going, oh, this is hard. Well, it's supposed to be hard. When you get good at it, then you can just walk in there blindfolded and you know what to do. And they're using these little unicorn pieces for icicles. And this goes down here. So, oh, okay, they snap in here like this. So this is going to be like a little climbing wall here. Kind of reminds me of the police station with that, and in that sense. But Lego now is starting to get a lot more mechanical stuff in it, to where now, of course I put that on in the wrong area, but now it's getting to the point where these builds are getting pretty involved. And you'd want to... Oh, I had a comment about my Lego unboxings. I don't think it's bad or anything. The guy says, wow, finally a proper unboxing is someone actually showing everything in the box. I'm like, yeah, it's what you're supposed to do. But a lot of people don't go into the whole, let's do a tear down. Some guys will go in there and say, hey, I'm going to unbox the set. Next thing you know, it's speed build or speed unboxing, and they don't even explain what's in the box. Or they'll cut through the chase and say, okay, let's do an unboxing. Okay, the carton's open. Some, I know, open up the carton first to pull out all the their personal info, like the receipts and stuff, before they'll continue on. That's understandable there. I think the rest of these go on those extra studs. Yeah, so have fun with that. This is gonna be, you're gonna be here a while now. All right, so we gotta make an icicle first. The icicle goes here, right in there. There's only one of those. I'm gonna do both of these pages at one time. So now I'm just going to go ahead and kind of match up the picture here. Need two of these right here. So Lego really kind of thought this one out. This looks fun already. We're not even done yet, and I'm already wanting to build this and play with it. I think a lot of people are going to be playing with the elevator, though. I think the elevator is going to be the selling point on this one. And that means we can... You know, where's the third one go? Right there. Don't forget there's one right in here. Step 394, you got this one right in there, and I'll show you right there. Because I was like trying to... I couldn't see it at first. And then you get this nice neon yellow string, and not too bad. And don't throw tape on your floor. It's a bitch to remove. And that's what, about probably 24, maybe 32 studs. I like these because you could snap them right on here. You don't have to tie knots anymore. Lego really had thought about a lot of the stuff that people wanted back then. Okay. And after that, we hang up the stuff in here. Right down here. So that's what the fence in there is for. Sorry if you can't see it though, but I kind of get tired of changing the camera angles after a while. You just snap those in the little holes right in the fence, right in those little areas. So let's just do that. I think I'll just do the rough walkthrough real quick, and then that's it. I got to slow down on doing sets anyways, because family things, and two, I have to get a lot of the stuff done. We got one tile. Where does that go? Oh, it's later on. All right, where do the poles go? The poles go inside of the little thing here. So I have a feeling everybody's going to be playing with this and the ski ride. This whole thing is playable. All right. And now we're going to have to attach it to the main area. Okay. But all around, I think this is going to be I think this one here is heavily played with. I think this is going to be, this is far more playable than the big large city set. But just like with the other one, you really can't move this one too much. So I need to figure out how I want to join this. So what I'm going to do is just kind of rotate it around like that, because I have easier access here. And I mean, this is going to be a lot of work trying to wiggle this in. There we go. Just make sure it's done there. I may just throw it on the turntable now, but I'd have to stop the video. And where does that tile go? Okay, it goes down here. We got to join these up here. So this is not really meant to be taken apart. Well, taken apart as easily. All right. And that's it. And you got the magical hand coming from Mars, turning the wheel that shows you the elevator goes up and down. We already know that already, and then we're done. That's essentially it. So honestly, this is a very interesting build. It wasn't boring or anything like that. It was pretty enjoyable to put together. And I'm trying to think of where the turntable I have is at. It should be around here somewhere. And I'm hoping it's not used, and it's not. And we're going to plop this on there now. And then I'll change the angle for you, and we'll take a better look at everything. Like I said, you can buy one of these here. They're really, I don't know what they cost. I forgot. And just get a round piece of wood. You could probably find one at your local home improvement store. Thinner the better. This is roughly 3/8 of an inch. I cut this myself, but you can see I really need to smooth this out a bit. Just come in here. I'm going to lightly sand this down and maybe spray the top with some white spray paint. Preferably a semi-gloss. High gloss doesn't really work very well. It gets too shiny. If I can get that sheet of Formica, I could just do that too. And then the reason why I always suggest this is, even if you're not into doing reviews, you know, like a child can sit here and just spin this thing. It'd be a lot better than doing it, you know. Try to get it centered up here, because remember, I do the reviews on this stuff and I want to make sure it's done right. So now I'm going to see if I can get it as close to the wall as I can. See, it's bumping right into it. That tells me I'm a little off center here. Okay. And let's kind of go down more of another angle here. That's why I don't really like doing the tall builds, because I have to literally back the camera just way out just to have access to everything here. Now in the review process, I have this cord temporarily taped on the wall so you never see it. Here, this is a rough review. I don't care. That's why, like Jay, I see the cord in some deals but not the others, because I don't want to keep it permanently taped up on a wall. All right. Okay, now I need to bring all the accessories over, and we'll go through it all here real quick. We're just going to do a quick run through of everything, and that's it. What you're seeing here is the notes. Well, we got plenty of wigs falling on the floor. There's a lot of loose stuff in this set. A lot of loose stuff. There's nowhere to fix it, so you know, I may want to take some pieces from your own collection, kind of like add places for people to hang up their wigs and helmets and stuff. Okay, so with this being what it is, it's not too... Let's move that further, I guess, huh? Almost, I was about to say a really bad word, but Okay, and that's pretty much what it is. So you got your ski jump here. So you got the guy with his credit card going down the ski slope, and well, that's kind of crude. Let's try the ring toss thing here. One of these guys is supposed to go in it. We'll set him in there. You ready? Here we go. Well, well, yeah, I got to go get that real quick. So, indeed, this is going to shoot parts off. That's probably its intent. Try the motorcycle. She's fixed to it. Well, that didn't work too well, so you'll have to do the hands, but there's a lot of bumps in here. So it's supposed to go like that, but we have the skis. Yeah. This is something you'd probably want to play on the floor or something. Because I got a gap here between this and the couch. Okay. So it is kind of playable up here. This is kind of, honestly, this is kind of sloppy. I mean, I understand their intent. You want this to be as smooth as possible, but this is where things are going to get hung up, and I'll show you stuff like this. This is kind of hard. If you want that to work good, it's different than real life than it is than that. So this right here, they try to simulate here a portion of a hockey arena down here. So that's why you see all this here. I don't think anybody's really going to mess with this area here too much. There's really not a whole lot here. But we do have the essential pieces to complete a whole hockey rink. Like I see this one here, there's one, there's two here, and there's 3 and 4. So you could practically build a whole hockey ring out of this. It's not too terribly bad. You got plenty of doors and stuff like that. And then the rock climbing area, I think that's what he's for. I have a feeling that that's what this is right here. Is for the string to connect to him like that. Let's see here. Let's take a look. And I know the quality's not the best. Like I said, I mostly set up for doing small builds. Yeah, it shows it right there. He's being put on his chest. So basically you can have him simulate him just doing this. Okay. So I could just do that real quick and just have him grab a hold of one of these. And I always hate putting figures on stuff like this because a lot of things can go wrong. How do you get them on there? It's trial and error. It's well, you get the idea. For some reason, he's just refusing to lock in there. It's almost like I don't have the hand turned all the way. Maybe that's the problem. There we go. So you can do that. And just give the rope a little tension there to, like that. Just a little bit, just enough to kind of give it some, that right there. So it looks like he's really climbing up the side of this here. Okay. I guess we could start setting this up for the final thumbnail. And yeah, so I'm going to say though that this is a playable model here. This is playable. It's got lots of accessories. And we can have her looking through the binoculars here. Usually I do this stuff off camera though, because sometimes you can't get, I have to get where the camera's sitting at to do it, so I won't be able to do it like this. This is about 3 feet. I'd have to get in front of the camera. And it used to be you know, some people, even myself, get kind of angry. It's like, why do you get in front of the camera? Because that's just how it is. I don't have a GoPro unless somebody wants to send me one. Then you'll get two different angles of what I see and what you see on the camera. So I don't know what these are for here. I guess they're decorations or something. Not sure what that's about. You got the tiles and all that stuff. Here's the elevator portion. Everybody's going to be playing with this. I guarantee the kids are going to like playing with this. So how do you get up to these different floors? Well, there's pass-throughs in here. Now, I don't like the fact that you have to go up here and then back down to this. You think this would have been all leveled off, but why they did that with these little slopes in here, I don't know. And of course the model is dim. Of course I could just take the phone, but I'm using that for recording. Like I said, this is all budget. Somebody wants to send me that stuff, go right ahead. So everything's accessible. I can put my hands, adult hands can fit in here, so you can grab all this stuff. And yeah, so it's meant to be broken down if you want to. But the safest way to do these is to do it like with a turntable. There we go. It's got a nice transition from here to the elevator too. So honestly, just from what it looks like and seeing this in person now, it looks pretty good. Now we're going to do the review, the rough review. So for my thoughts and opinions on this thing here, let's talk about build experience. It was pretty pleasant. There was nothing really strenuous about it. The instructions were easy to follow. Nothing really fell off that was critical, but you have to read very carefully. Oh, excuse me, because you can mess up on some stuff if you're not careful. You see me do that, but that's my fault. But other than that, though, everything's pretty much, you know, self-explanatory. So, like I said, if I enjoy building it, it gets a good mark with me on this. So you're not going to go wrong with build experience. This is something you could do with a few members of your family or a group of people. You could build this thing here. But remember, bags 7, 8, 9, and 10 build this big thing here. So you may want to divide this out accordingly. So I'd say probably up to 2 to 3 people could build this. Okay, it's not too terribly bad. And the build quality, that's another thing. It's pretty strong, nothing fell apart. And once all this stuff here is locked together, it's not coming apart. So you notice nothing flaked off or anything like that. Build quality is really good. So I'd say this is above average in terms of build quality. For the exception of movability. You can't really pick this up and move it. See, this is kind of flimsy. So, matter of fact, I'd say it's an average to above average quality, because you can't just pick this up. You pick these up from the base plate, this thing's going to come coming apart real quick. It's going to crumble in. So don't, if you have it on something like this, but this is meant to be played with. So it's on a flat surface. You can pick this up here, and on these, I wouldn't recommend it, but nothing's going to come off as easily. Now for playability, obviously you can tell. I think a lot of people are going to come in here and play with this, and especially the elevator. As far as for the ice hockey ring here, I don't think anybody's really going to mess with that. And the rock wall here too. I think anything that slides down or moves up and down, this is just mostly just, you know, meant for decoration. It's still playable, but that's pretty much what this is. Interior now, you have access to all the rooms. The elevator does go up to all the levels. So this is a nice lift, so you could use that for anything you want. So you have access to everything here. You got places for accessories like that, like this, like the skis and the snowboard. And so it's playable. And yeah. Now for city drop-in value, this part here looks okay. not so much that way. That'll be up to you, the builder, to finish this off. If these were finished off here, this would be like a nice little area to put in your city. Now you can always put this in the corner. I think this is supposed to be like an artificial ski slope. So just need to finish off the other two sides, you'd be done. So I think this is just like snowing in the, or the skiing in the summer type deal. For mock value, there is some potential with this set. You can come in and probably improve this a bunch. This is just really rough. And I bet somebody can get really creative and clean this up. Elevator could probably be used for a bunch of other things. The rock wall is a good possibility as well. So, and of course the hockey ring. You got the essential pieces to make your own. Okay, practically everything's here. You could probably almost make one. Just take these off here, take these tile pieces, put them in the middle, and you could practically make a whole entire hockey ring. You just need a couple more sticks though. So mock value, it's there. It's there. It's up to you. There's a lot of good building bricks in there too. And that's pretty much for that. Now, for the price of $119.99 for what you're getting here, now seeing this in person, it's most likely worth it in terms of, you know, the playability of it. So I think this is going to be a set that somebody's going to have that they're going to play with. This is going to be pretty much a medium to heavily played with set. I don't think this is going to be something you're going to just play once and just have it sitting in your collection. Okay. So, oh, excuse me, but the final assessment on this set and score, I'd say it's probably an 8.5 to a 9. Now, the reason being is first off, I had to fight with the stickers. Some of the pieces came in scratched, the glass pieces. And two, moving this around. You can see if I pick this up, see how that's starting to move there? You can't just pick this up. So, this is one thing I recommend is a turntable. Okay. So you can rotate it around, you can play without having to slide it around on the table. See, it's just easy for me to do this. Unless you're putting this on display or you're putting it on a shelf, get something thin. So I'd say probably an 8.7 if I really wanted to be firm on it. But I'm mostly going off of play value in here. This is meant to be played with. So tell me what you guys and gals think about the snow, I don't know what it was called, the sports snow park, I already forgot. Winter sports park. I think that's what it is. Honestly, it's a really nice set. But tell me what you think in the comments. I want to hear from you.